Met her at the park. I believe it was the National Panhandle Council picnic, Greek picnic that they was having.
I see one of the bros I know, and I talked to him. He's like, "Hey, let me introduce you to my Neo."
My DP grabbed me and said, "Billy, come here." So run over there. I'm like, "What's up, dog?"
And so I meet him, and I was like, "Oh, he's kind of handsome."
And initially she thought that I wasn't interested in her.
He's just kind of like, "Oh, hey, how you doing?" I guess trying to play hard to get, I guess.
But little did she know, I was like, "Dang, she's kind of bad." So I took her number down, and then I waited about 2 or 3 days to call her. You know, you can't call right after you meet them. You know, you gotta be cool, gotta play it cool.
First he texts me, and he's like, "Hey, I'm gonna call you a little bit later." I was like, "Okay," because I'm not a person to text. I like to actually talk.
So when I called, I said, "Hey, let's hook up, man. Let's meet me at the Kona Grill." And at first I said corner, but it's Kona. And she's like, "Do you mean the Kona Grill?" I'm like, "Yeah."
And we were at that Kona Grill for like 3 hours just talking.
And since that day, our first initial date, we haven't went a day without talking. She done traveled to Mexico. I done been back to Ohio, and ever since then it's been 100.
A good friend of ours, she had asked us like, "Hey, let's go out to eat. You know, let's do something different. Let's go to Sullivan's." I was like, "Okay, that's kind of fancy," which was nothing new because like we go out with this couple all the time.
You know, we came up with a great plan, man. Paula, man, just, you know, I told her I wanted to do it at a restaurant, but I wanted to be different. I don't want to be the, you know, restaurant and come and get on the knee. We actually went to Sullivan's. And I said, "Well, Paula, you know, I want her parents and I want her family to be there." And, you know, it was crazy because I called them at the last minute.
That day we were getting ready and he was like sweating more than usual. And he had like a bag. I was like, "Where are you going with this backpack?" He was like, "Well, my wallet in there." I was like, "Okay, but why didn't you take your backpack to this place?" "I'm just keeping it in the car."
Cause I've been hiding a ring in my car. Thank God it didn't get broke into. So it was in my trunk in my car.
Okay, so he kept going in and out the house. And I was like, "Let's go." Like, I hate being late. And he is just, I don't know, he has like no sense of time. And so he finally get in there.
Kelsey had no idea what was going on, and little did she know that I was going to ask her to be my wife.
We're at the table, and we're just talking. I'm noticing that he's not really saying too much because he likes to talk. Like, Billy will talk all day.
You know, we there. I'm a little nervous because I'm not talking as much, and Kelsey's like, "Why you be talking? What's wrong with you?"
He was like, "Hey, I'm about to go to the bathroom." I was like, "All right." And he was gone for a long time.
Oh, I leave, and then I think literally probably like 4 or 5 minutes, Paula ended up leaving to make sure everything was good. But I didn't go to the restaurant. I went outside because her mom and her family were there probably about 20 minutes before I did it.
So I'm just like, okay, what is really going on? And all of a sudden, like, the waiter, he comes out with this like platter of chocolate covered strawberries.
And Kelsey still didn't know what was going on.
With these little sparkly looking things, like fireworks. And then on it, it says like, "Will you marry me?"
And then when the waitress moved, that's when I was on my knee.
And I'm just like, "Oh my gosh," I was like, "Oh my God." I just kept saying it the whole time, "Oh my gosh."
And then that's when her family came around the corner, and she was so shocked.
And my dad and my mom, they're all just crying. Yes, my dad was crying. He won't admit it, but he was crying too.
And I had everything planned what I was going to say, but at that moment, everything just went out of my head.
And he was like, "You know, Kelsey, I prayed on it. I know I want you as my wife. Like, will you marry me?" And I said yes, and I was just so loud.
That's our love story on how we got it, on how I proposed, how we got engaged.
It was awesome. He did good.
things that I like about Kelsey, gotta say, is the spiritual aspect.
He's really the first man I've ever been with that where we can pray together, we go to church together, have like our own little mini Bible study.
Kelsey, she's very beautiful. One thing I definitely liked about Kelsey is her classy, very classy.
His outgoingness, I don't know if that's a word, but he's very outgoing.
She liked to have her wine.
He's awesome. He's fun, never boring.
She's a great mother figure to my daughter.
And he's a very honest, straightforward person. Never gonna beat around the bush about anything. He's gonna tell you like it is.
To me, she's everything that I could ever want in a woman. Very beautiful, very healthy, like to work out.
First, his physical build, I love it. He has very strong shoulders and muscles I can just, hang on to.
And we can talk about any and everything. I can go to her about anything and know that she's always going to give me the best advice.
I can go to him about anything, even like the little stupid stuff, like stuff from my job. He just sits there and listens.
Really just can't wait to spend the rest of my life with my best friend.
So what I'm looking forward to, of course, is our wedding. I'm so excited. I can't wait. It's gonna be so much fun.
So just sharing this moment with family and friends, close ones. Definitely looking forward to y'all to come out, party.
Going before God to share our love, to come as one.
Looking forward to just being the man that God has called me to be, being the husband, the father that God has obligated me to be.
Also, I'm definitely looking forward to having more kids. We already have one right now, but looking forward to probably having 2 more, maybe. We'll see how the first one goes. I don't know how it's going to be.
Besides God being first in my life, who was also head of my life, first in my life, we're looking forward to, Kelsey being that #1 person in my life, and then everything else will fall into place.
Being Mrs. Parker. Woohoo! I can't wait.
I'm definitely looking forward to our honeymoon, and looking forward to just growing together. I know for sure that I have been given favor from God when He placed such a great woman in my life, and I wouldn't trade it for the world.
Take your hand and heart and everything, and add to them a wedding ring. 'Cause this life is no good alone. Since we've become one, you're all I know. If this feeling should leave